Hi Twitch Talk, Bill Mumy here. It's funny to look back on projects that I was a part of that are more than a half century ago. You know, and I've been a part of maybe 500 television shows over the course of my life. But the 2 episodes of Bewitched that I did have always ranked amongst my very favorite projects. When I first started working in films, I was 5 years old, but by the time I was 8 years old, and I had the opportunity to work opposite Shirley Jones in 1962 in a film called Ticklish Affair. I fell madly in love with Shirley Jones. She's still a good friend of mine. And then after that, I went into another film right after that called Palm Springs Weekend. And I fell madly in love with Connie Stevens. And I told her about this not too long ago, and we had a good laugh about it. But when I went and did the Bewitched, the first initial A Vision of Sugar Plums episode, I fell in love with Elizabeth Montgomery, even more so than I had fallen in love with Shirley Jones and Connie Stevens. Man, I had a big crush on Elizabeth Montgomery, and working with her was great. It was just great. I mean, Dick York was great, and of course working with Cecil Kellaway, what a treat. And it was an interesting character, Michael the orphan. It was a good script, and it was an interesting part, but the best part of it was working with Elizabeth. She taught me the nose twitch on that show. I probably can't do it anymore. Let's see if I can. That's as good as it gets at my age. But she taught me that, and she taught me that in the doorway of the front doorway of the set of their house, inside. Not outside, on the inside of the front doorway. I remember her teaching me that. And I was just so enamored with her, and she was so lovely to be around, and it was a very happy set. You know, I don't recall anything negative about the process of that project at all. And I know that we're focusing here now on the Christmas episode, but I have to say, the following season I went back, I think it was the following season, to do a Junior Executive, where I played, and Dora turned Darren into a kid, me, where they put a little dark brown rinse in my hair. That's probably my favorite, outside of maybe Lost in Space or A Twilight Zone or something. That's probably my very favorite gig of all time, because I got to play her husband. You know, it's also a good Trivial Pursuit question, you know. Name the first 3 actors, or name the first 2 actors to play Darren Stevens. This guy. Over the years, I became friends with Elizabeth Montgomery's son, Bill Asher. He's worked on some guitars of mine. He's a very talented luthier on his own and makes some great guitars. We became friendly, and you know, I remember telling him what a crush I had on his mom, and you know, creeping him out a little bit. But I have nothing but great memories about Elizabeth Montgomery and Bewitched. Loved the show as a fan. It was one of my favorite shows to watch. And as an actor, and I did work with a whole lot of, you know, iconic talent in my day. I never had more fun, or you know, never had a necessarily more pleasant experience than working on Bewitched. And it was very recently, actually, that I came across her autograph. And I used to take an autograph book around to gigs as a kid. And I found her autograph, and it was lovely. And her penmanship was beautiful. And she was just a very, very special talent, special lady. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to meet her and work with her and play her husband. And you know, that Christmas episode holds up well. You know, every year or so it's on, and I check it out if I'm surfing the channels, and oh look, there's my Bewitched. I think it might be on my DVR saved somewhere, to tell you the truth. And it's a good show. A real good show. Okay, Twitch Talk. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Do the best you can and can the best you do. Peace.